Hello, everybody. Today I want to tell you about what happened to our dog when I was a child uh, at that house there in Chester, Georgia. We had a big dog that had taken up at our house long before I was born, and my daddy and my brother worked at the local grocery store there in Chester. My daddy ran the store, and my brother had a job there after school. And one evening, they worked on up until the night. And one evening, it was me, my mother, and my sister were home. And the house we lived in, like I said before, was an old house. And the back door was homemade. It was made out of wooden planks with cross pieces nailed together. And we had old screen doors. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, screen door, but it's just a door with screen on it with a spring and a handle. So there's no, the old latch you can latch, but the door itself you just open it with one finger. There's nothing to hold it closed. No latch, no press or anything. But anyway, we were there one night, and at the back door, the kitchen door, we heard the awfulest noise. It was that dog. He was just wailing and scratching, and he was scratching up high, scratching and just wailing and carrying them. And my mother was afraid to open the door because she didn't know what was happening. She didn't know what was going on out there. So I remember she called my daddy at the store and told him that he needed to come home because there was something going on with that dog, and she was afraid to open the door. So it was probably, 20 minutes or so before he finally got home because he had to close up the store and everything. But when he got home, my brother walked up on the back porch. He said he took two fingers. The dog, I'm skipping ahead, but the dog was pinned up in that screen, between the screen and the door. Said his legs were up, and he was just scratching and wailing and scratching and howling, and it was like something was pressing that door closed. He couldn't get out. There was no reason for him to be pinned in that way, because, like I said, the door was just a screen door with a spring. But that's what he said. He said he was in there. He was on his hind legs, and his front legs were up, and he was just scratching and crying. My brother said he took two fingers, put in the handle of the door, opened the screen door, and the dog fell out on the back porch. So that tells you there was no reason for that dog to be pinned up in there. It was as if something had put that dog in there and pushed that door closed and was holding it so he couldn't get out. And that was another occurrence at that house, and that there's no explanation. I think about that sometimes today, that what in the world could have caused that? What would have done that? But there's really no explanation. There was no reason for that dog to be trapped in there that way, other than something that was unforeseen or unseen rather, and was causing that door to be closed. And I'll add another one on to that one tonight. There was one night that my daddy and my mama both heard this. They said it sounded like in the kitchen that there was a china cabinet that someone had just pushed over, and all the dishes, it hit the floor very loud, and all the dishes shattered. Well, we didn't have a china cabinet. We were really poor, and there was no china cabinet, but they both heard it. They both got up and rushed to the kitchen, and there were no broken dishes. There was nothing, but they both told the same story, that they heard that in the middle of the night, and it woke them up. It was so loud. Well, I'm not sure if it was the middle of the night, and I'm not sure if they were asleep, but I do know it was at night. I'm sure I was in the bed at the time, but yeah, that was one more add-on to that story about the dog. Anyway, it's early morning. I gotta go to work. Y'all have a good day.